I totally forgot to turn my microphone on. So here we go one more time.
You better get your sports straight. You better get your sports straight. Look it up. Google it, fool. Google it.
Welcome back to a new video. We are out here today.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yo, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Today, what are we doing? We're screen printing t-shirts today. We haven't done that in a while. Super excited because I haven't really filmed anything in a long time because I've been in here just trying to dial this in. Even though I've been screen printing for a while, it's a new setup and, you know, same designs, test prints, new setup, so I just wanted to get everything dialed in the correct way. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. We are not screen printing with emulsion. We're using the heat transfer vinyl as our stencil. And I did a whole spiel not too long ago, but I forgot to turn my microphone off. I mean, I forgot to turn it on, not off. It was off. Forgot to turn it on. You gotta turn it on for the audio, obviously, but I forgot. So, what we're doing today, this design, is, it says Forever Crusaders, custom screen printing, streetwear, lifestyle skateboarding, forevercrusaders.com. So what's the best promotion? Self-promotion. I'm gonna put it on the t-shirt, wear it at the gym, wear it skateboarding, wear it out and about out and around town. I don't even know how to talk. What I was going to say, because I forgot to turn the microphone on, the only thing that's difference between this and the emulsion is you have to weed it out like a t-shirt, but we're putting it on the screen. And you're asking yourself, why is that going to work? Yes, it's going to work because most screen printing screens are made with polyester, and heat transfer vinyl can go onto polyester, cotton, whatever you can think of. You can get it to go on, except for wood. I never tried wood, but look it up. Somebody probably put heat transfer vinyl on wood. But I've done socks, hats, everything that I've done with screen printing, I've done with heat transfer vinyl. So don't knock it before you try it. Two things, maybe this is why it's a slower process to do the HTV stencil other than the emulsion is. You have to wait for it to cut out, the vinyl cutter. If you have patience, I'm glad for you. I have minimal patience of waiting time. Two, you have to wait for it to cut out. That's one. Two is you have to weed it out. And then the third step is basically almost the same step as if you're going to put it in your light box and shoot it for that part. That's almost the same step, but instead of using a light box, we're using a heat press. One thing I did was get green HTV to mimic the green emulsion, but emulsion can come in different colors. I've had it red, I've had it gray, and I've had it green. And I've also seen, I could be wrong, but purple. It just depends on what type of ink you're using, I guess. And I've done this method before a long time ago, but I never filmed it. I did it as a test a long time ago when my grandpa was still around. He helped me do it. And this doesn't ruin the screen at all. I've done it and I've blown it off, but when I was blowing the screen off, I was cleaning a whole bunch of screens, so my hand got tired from holding the pressure washer, so I just stopped. But you can blow this off the screen. Bam. Look at how many t-shirts you could do with this roll. Look how many screen printing jobs you could do with this roll if you do it this way. The one thing that I forgot to mention was that this brand of vinyl comes with a tool. I mentioned it earlier, but I forgot to turn on my microphone, so I'm repeating myself. Basically, that's what I do out here. I make all this stuff, and I just repeat the process over and over and over again. It doesn't matter what design it is. Same with the videos. Just got to mix it up sometimes, so this is why we're doing it like this, because traditional screen printers and screen print, you know, it's an art form, just like skateboarding. Skateboarding is a sport to a degree, but then you look at the art side of it and the way that I skate different than most people. I don't want to skate like everybody else. Just like the Andy Anderson dude. I like watching him skate because it's different. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? He's unique. He's himself. Sometimes people are scared to be themselves and like to put fronts on and act like they're somebody that they're not. So I like being myself at all times. Do what I did and accidentally do the whole stencil for your screen printing and do it backwards. I did it like I was doing a vinyl transfer t-shirt, not a vinyl transfer stencil for the screen printing. So when I laid it on the back of the screen, it's actually backwards, but when you put the ink down, it should be looking like that to where you can see it. So I messed up. Oh well, stuff happens. Second try, you always, you have as much vinyl as you need to get it done. So it's a learning curve and a learning process. So that's what we're doing. And what I do is I always said 3 inches down. I always make sure this is here and this is here. I have a small little ruler that I make sure everything is correct. We took the steps. I would do this exact same thing if I was using a transparency. Line it up, pretty much so it's 3.5 here, 3.5 here, 3.5 here. We cut that in a perfect square. And I've noticed myself, you can make your t-shirts or your graphics as big as you want, but I've noticed an 8.5 by 14 wide this way looks pretty good on a t-shirt, even this long ways. See, I screen printed this t-shirt a long time ago too. I want my old press when I was still just goofing around, and this is 8.5 by 14, so it's 14 inches long this way, 8.5 this way, but it's not really 8.5 inches. That's the paper that I have that fits in my printer, because I don't have a really big printer. Just have a normal size printer, but that's like legal size. Well, that is legal size. It's not like legal size. That is legal size paper. So if you want to get away with you could do that, use your own printer, get the legal size transparency papers, and you can make big back pieces. Just you gotta chop your graphic in half and figure out where you're gonna line it up on the screen. So I could make a big back piece, but that I'm thinking about, after I get this going, buying the big 24-inch cutter that Cameo provides, and I can make big graphics for the screens, or just get them burned from a burning service, because I don't have room. Well, I have a thing over here and I tried it, but I said it before and I'll say it again, this is an old garage, so it's very hard to keep the right regulated temperature in here for the emulsion to dry. This heat press I modified. I've got it as a good deal, so it's a swing away one. As you can see, it swings over, because my other one that I use for my regular t-shirts, this right here was too big. Right here was too big to fit in there. So I got a good deal on this. This was on sale for $98. I forget what the website where I got not all of it, but I have every single product in here is the same now. So you want to do this and then the reason why I did that, you want to do this for 350 degrees for 30 seconds. That's what I do. You can do it for less seconds. I think 30 is like happy medium. So the reason why I did that, I got this, I cut it down so this could fit in there. I still use my other heat press for the final cure for the t-shirts, but this right here works out good just for screen printing and screen printing purposes only. 3 and 3 extra large. I know that it's between 3.5 from the board to the armpits. We got all this locked and ready to go. Now we are going to just do black. A black basic. Black ink on white is so fresh. And I'm wearing normal clothes out here, so this is when the screen printing skills get into play, because I always I'm not even going to talk about it because it's probably going to happen if I talk about it. So you want to flood the screen. Always, that's what I do first. I always flood the screen first. You don't have to, but that's what I do. And then hold it down because it's a black t-shirt, a white t-shirt with black ink. I just do 2. That's me. I feel comfortable doing 2 passes. So 1 pass. You still got ink on your squeegee. 2 passes. It don't look that bad actually if you think about it. I might put more ink on there. I didn't put enough ink. That's what that is. There is a little bit of ghosting, but I'm gonna see what happens when it dries. And maybe if I clean the screen, the ghosting will come off. But this was just a practice, so you know you could do this method. Maybe I just had to clean the screen before. I should have cleaned the screen before I did it, but it worked. It looks good. It's good enough to wear around the house. It's good enough to do things in. The minor details, you really got to look at it to know what you're looking at. So, you know, trial and error. We're out here every Monday and Friday and every day in between. I double dog dare you to subscribe and just leave your comments down below and see if you screen printed, what kind of methods do you use.